Citi Field in the Big Apple, a perfect setting for big stars. The royalty of Queens, even a king, gathered with Cooperstown greats. The funniest, the prettiest, the bravest. Ball players, entertainers, and the thin chalk line between the two. We're ready for softball.
My biggest fear today is playing softball.
As long as I don't strike out, today's a good day.
Of course, making 5 or 6 errors at shortstop.
I don't want to get hurt.
Making the not top 10.
My biggest fear today is Ricky Henderson.
As long as I don't trip and fall, it's going to be a good day.
Welcome to the Taco Bell All-Star Legends and Celebrity Softball Game on ESPN. And we welcome you to Citi Field. John Anderson along with Aaron Boone, and an all-star shine to basically what is an every man's game. We may not be baseball legends, although we've played in the big leagues. We may not be celebrity entertainers, but we all can play softball. So basically what we've done here is we've taken the World Series and then we've just taken a couple of miles an hour off it and we're throwing it underhand.
Although I think for some of these actors, entertainers, this is kind of the World Series. I bet there were some sleepless nights for some of these folks.
My gosh, you bet there are butterflies, even for people that have been on the stage for Academy Awards and Grammys, as we take a look at some of the featured players here. Oh, we got comedy. Kevin James, George Lopez, they'll keep you in stitches. We need gold gloves. Again, we mentioned Ozzie earlier. Ozzie Smith is here. Ricky Henderson. You know where he's batting? Probably lead off, as well as some legends from over at Shea. They've come across the street with Doc Gooden, Mike Piazza, you saw Darryl Strawberry, and the captains here also very much a New York flavor.
Oh, John Franco, the all-time save leader for the New York Mets. I know I have contributed to some of those saves that he had with the New York Mets. A very popular player in his time here. And of course, Bernie Williams, the 5-time All-Star, switch hitter, World Series champion, all-around stud.
And Tim Kirkson's with both of them right now.
Thank you, John. John, what did you tell your team in order to get them fired up for this game?
I told them that this is a New York Met ballpark, National League town. We're hosting the National League All-Star game, and we need to win this game bad today.
Bernie, you've got yourself hitting 3rd in the order. Miss America's hitting 10th in the order. What is that all about?
Well, I think, you know, we're going to have to do the best we can with the lineup we have. But it's going to be a lot of fun, and, you know, it's great to see John and all the guys, and I think it's going to be a great game. I'm going to have a great time with it.
Enjoy it, fellas. John, back to you.
All right, thank you very much, Timmy. Yeah, Bernie Williams 3rd. Take a look at the rest of the American League lineup here, Bernie.
Well, you touched on it. Ricky Henderson, probably the greatest leadoff hitter of all time. No surprise he's there. But how about Frank Thomas, apparently pitching
to start, he'll pitch.
Rollie Fingers, the great closer with the mustache and all that stuff, he's going to be playing first base. But a great lineup. Freddie Lynn, of course, a great Boston Red Sox. Angel and Ashanti. Maybe she'll bust out a video at some point out there.
Anytime you can show up with one name, you're a player. And stepping in to lead things off for the American League, as he did for more than 20 years in the bigs, is Ricky Henderson.
Still looking like he could play in outstanding shape.
Takes a look at ball 1 from Jenny Finch. Now, obviously, she's not giving her best out there. Popped up. And that's rare when you see the pitcher actually take that on the infield.
Yeah, but she's probably the best athlete on the infield and the most capable. So let's let Jenny handle what she can handle.
In now, Craig.
Oh, yeah.
Craig Carton a little behind him. He radio show here in New York along with Boomer Esiason.
Got booed a little bit when he came up to the plate. So Jenny Finch playing with the crowd. I like buzzed the tower there, Jenny. Don't let him get too comfortable in there against you.
And right through the left side. So after Henderson is out, Carton singles, and there's one aboard. Bringing up Bernie Williams, who, I mean, I know you're the manager, but do you hit yourself 3rd? That seems sort of.
Yeah, I think you do. You're Bernie Williams. And look, Bernie Williams, the great switch hitter against the right-handed pitching Jenny Finch, is going to hit right-handed.
I just think you bat yourself down. That's sporting, but. All right, they've already had too many folks looking at pitches. It's softball. Go ahead and take a swing.
Let's let it rip. Yeah, we're not up there. You know.
There you go.
Diddy.
Bernie Williams going yard. Now, we said he may have put on a few extra LBs, and I think he put some weight into that one, and over it goes. 2-run shot.
Well, and I think putting himself in that 3-hole, he wanted to make sure he delivered, and he did. Remember, he's a multi-time world champion.
Yep.
He wants to win this game.
I have fewer complaints now about where he would like to put himself in the lineup. Take a look at that cut from the right side.
Vintage cut, always a high ball hitter as a right-handed hitter. He got that high one up around the shoulders and hammered it. Well, speaking of hammering, here's the big hurt.
Foul. That fence out there, it's 240 to all fields, just in case you're wondering. We don't have any deep power alleys. We don't have any of this, short down the line. It's 240 everywhere you go.
Something tells me the big hurt can still reach that 240.
I would say yes.
I don't even think he got all of that. He might be able to flirt with going out of the main ballpark here.
Back to back, Bernie Williams, Frank Thomas, consecutive home runs off Jenny Finch, and it is 3-0 American League here, and they've registered just 1 out for the National League.
A good look at Kevin James over there shaking his head like we've dug ourselves an easy hole here. Jenny might have to start dialing it up a little bit.
Yeah, Doug's like,
he's not digging that.
Come on, Jenny. Fred Lynn, who I believe has played in this game now as many times as he played in the All-Star game. I'm not sure we got maximum defensive effort from Darryl Strawberry there.
Straw must have forgot to stretch before the game. Come on, Darryl, we could stretch before the game, get those hamstrings loosened up.
Well, let's take a look at the effort we got from Straw out here. I mean, he's played that position before.
Yeah, that's...
And just... that ball will carry on you.
Haphazard, you're going to call that? Fred Lynn appreciates it, though.
Yeah, he'll take it.
Adding to his career statistics in the celebrity softball game.
He really has. He's a 9-time All-Star, and I believe this is the 9th or 10th time he's actually played in this game. So let's go. Ashante. Ooh, got a piece of it. All right. Now, this girl loves her sports. I don't know if you caught her act a week or two ago on First Take with Skip and Stephen A, but she knows her stuff.
Right.
She grounds back to the pitcher.
She may know her stuff, but the swing, we'll call it a work in progress there, John.
Listen, you can only do so much. Actress, Grammy Awards,
She's a 4-tool player.
She's more than that. Raleigh Fingers. Hustling the diving stab. What a great looking play out there. That's Josh Wegge, our wounded warrior who's playing for the National League team. Take a look at it again.
I looked up, and the break he got on this ball and the closing speed, look at the layout there. Yeah. Awesome effort and tremendous athleticism out there in left field. Wow.
Fingers again, right back to Ozzie, and Ozzie will pick that one clean.
Come on, Raleigh.
3rd out.
Don't hit it to him. That's the wizard.
And at the end of 1, the American League leads 3-0. Let's see how they'll trot him out in the lineup on offense.
Well, Kevin James will be in that number 2 hole. We see Alyssa Milano, who I had my first crush on when I was about 11 or 12 years old, hitting down in the lineup. I think she should be a little higher in this lineup, but we got the Hawk, Andre Dawson in there, Strawberry, Piazza. These are like, it's a stud line. How about Boomer Esiason making a debut at first base?
He's number 7. He's hitting 7, and I would tell you that I think Alyssa Milano's a 12.
Well said.
So here in the bottom of the 1st, up for the National League, the home team is Ozzie Smith. Well placed by Ozzie.
Look at Ozzie still with the sound approach, working it the other way. And Raleigh's still upset at that stab of the line drive that Ozzie made at the end of the top of the 1st.
So batting second now for the Nationals is Kevin James, and we've discussed the batting order early. This guy doesn't strike me as a table setter,
Yeah, he's more of a cleanup.
Yeah, table eater.
Clean the table.
And pops back to the catcher, James Denton, who is a fixture here at the Celebrity Game.
James Denton, I think this is his 9th. Kevin James, of course, Doug Heffernan, the longtime King of Queens. He was a ringer as a softball player on one of those episodes. Disappointing start, Kevin.
Hope for better. A warm welcome for Mike Piazza, longtime Mets catcher.
Yeah.
Of course, began his great major league career with a lot of good years in Los Angeles for the Dodgers, and that is a rope. Piazza.
And it looks like he's still got it, still in great shape. I was always used to seeing him hit balls out the other way so far. This one, he goes down and pulls and shows he's still got some hand speed.
Yeah. And the fans here at Citi Field,
good look, right?
Appreciative of that.
Greatest hitting catcher of all time.
Saw a lot of those obviously when they were at Shea, which is, you know, was right here. Look at it one more time. Hands back, boom.
Yeah, we've seen for the most part pitches up in the zone getting hammered. This time Piazza down around his ankles, gets the barrel to it. That patented Piazza finish.
Frank Thomas now throwing to Darryl Strawberry. Like Piazza, Strawberry, so many great years here in New York. The Mets. You might want to revisit the pitching first base combination here on the American League, as that one gets by Raleigh fingers.
Yeah, Raleigh a little quick with the pull up there.
That'll bring up the Hawk. Andre Dawson to the plate. So you got a White Sox against a guy who had some excellent numbers as a Cubby. And in addition to his fine work in Montreal, a home run there. So we now have a National League lead. 2-run homer from Andre Dawson, matching the 2-run shot from Mike Piazza. And the home team on top now, 4-3.
Well, he may have those gimpy knees that took a beating over all those years, especially playing on the turf in Montreal, but still got that great bat speed. Similar to Piazza, goes down and gets it.
Frank knows a home run when he's hit one. He apparently knows one when he's thrown one as well. There's the big hurt. Following Dawson's heroics, Josh Wegge, young man who is the wounded warrior in the game here, plays double amputee. And grounds one right back through the middle and hustles down to first.
Well, there was nothing wounded about what we saw from him on defense. The athleticism, the speed in outfield, almost making the play of the day to start off the show.
Josh, wounded in Afghanistan, and he's fought back from his injuries and now plays with the Wounded Warriors softball team, plays 20 games a month with that outfit as they go around and raise awareness about veterans in America. Boomer Esiason now at the plate. Boomer takes cut over there at shortstop, and that's hauled in, and 2 we got.
That's 2.
I need a little better effort there from Boomer in his next at bat. I expect a little more out of the varsity letterman.
Popped up to the shortstop in softball.
All right, now Alyssa Milano is up, but according to my scorecard in the lineup we put up, she was to be batting 12th, so she somehow moved up in the order here. Fouls that one away, and she is baseball cuckoo.
She is a rabid Los Angeles Dodger fan, has her season tickets behind the Dodger dugout, and is a real baseball junkie.
Right back to the big hurt. Frank Thomas handles that one, and thank you very much. Raleigh fingers will take that one. So at the end of one celebrity softball game, 4-3 in favor of the National League.
The world's most craveable burrito with flamin' hot Fritos chips, seasoned beef, and warm nacho cheese sauce is back. But not for long. It's Taco Bell's Beefy Crunch Burrito.
This guy's a pro, Herbie.
There's no doubt about it, Brent. A real gatekeeper.
Here's Kevin, the new boyfriend. Lamb to the slaughter.
That's right, Brent. Mom's baked cookies, but he'll be lucky to make it inside.
And here's the play. Ooh, Dad did not see this coming.
Now, if Kevin can just seize the opportunity.
It's looking good, Herbie. He's seen it. It's all over. Nothing but daylight. Yes, I'd love a cookie.
Make a powerful first impression. The all-new Nissan Sentra. Guys like things foolproof. For getting rid of gray, there's Just for Men Auto Stop. Traditional hair color can overcolor. Auto Stop preserves hair's subtle variations. Just comb in. It's foolproof. Just for Men Auto Stop.
How does the HTC One smartphone rate with our blue shirt? We asked Stephanie to beta test one.
It's got some really cool new features, like Blink Feed, where I can see everything I care about on one screen. HTC Zoe is pretty amazing. My favorite part is taking a bunch of photos and video and combining them into one image. Check it out. The sound on this thing, booming. This is bad news for my old phone.
Beta tested, blue shirt approved. Get your HTC One on Sprint now for $99.99 and save even more when you trade in any working phone. Only at Best Buy.
Out here, we're big fans of summer and even bigger fans of beer. So we brewed Leinenkugel's Summer Shandy. It's crisp, refreshing beer brewed with the natural flavor of lemonade that's pretty much everything you love about summer in a bottle. We're the Leinenkugels from Chippewa Falls. For 6 generations, our family's been brewing lots of great beers. But this one says summer. So grab a summer shandy and join us out here.
Major League Baseball invites you to make Sunday extra special by going out to the ballpark. Go to MLB.com/Sunday to find special ticket offers. You can also go to MLBFanCave.com. Pledge your NL or AL allegiance. And don't miss the action of the 2013 All-Star Game Tuesday, July 16th. As we start the second inning, Cord Overstreet from Glee against Jenny Finch. Cord Overstreet pops out. Racing in, John Franco makes the catch.
Pretty good swing there by Cord Overstreet. Some potential. He might run into one later in this game.
Give it a shot. And here now, the celebrity. You want to talk about this guy is going to have a bust wherever the Hall of Fame celebrity softball Hall of Fame is.
Is he a 9-time celebrity softball all-star now?
James Denton. Absolutely. And now he's got even more time, you know. Desperate Housewives, off the air. Got a couple of movies just out. He's got some small parts. He says he's working just enough to keep his insurance.
And a good athlete. Was a basketball player in junior college.
Look at the spank on that one.
Wow.
Denton goes long and ties this game up at 4.
That was out there around where big Frank Thomas hit that ball.
I tell you what, now he lives in the Twin Cities. He's a big Minnesota Twins fan, and they could use that kind of stick.
You're right. They could use some ball, especially at Target Field. It's a big field.
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, Maurer can hit for average, but we need this kind of muscle.
Yeah, stick him in the middle of the order. Let's go. Frank Thomas, I don't know if he knew what he had. He's liking that, though.
Batting him down there. That's Gary Valentine batting from the left side, knocking out a base hit.
All right.
And now we've switched right field. You see, Doc Gooden has taken over in right, and we've put Strawberry over at the hot corner.
Yeah, I don't think right field's where you want to be today. We haven't seen the best of play out there so far from Straw and Doc Gooden.
Got them, well, not that I'm going to poke fun at the position you played there, but not as much running around the base there at third base. It's more of a stationary position. Got to be cat-like quick, but not a lot of running.
I'm taking offense to that. Well, you got to be a tremendous athlete.
I didn't say you don't have to be a good athlete. I just say you don't cover a lot of miles is what I'm saying as we watch Miss America in the box now. Jenny Finch against Miss America. I'm just going to sit and let the beauty wash over me.
I mean, we're doing a lot of talking.
That's strike 3. I'm not sure why. Shouldn't you be allowed to just go until you hit one?
Absolutely. And when Miss America comes up next time, we should just stop talking.
So A.J. Callaway up next after Mallory Hagan. Miss America struck out. And he got that's a bleeder right there. And look at Piazza. Cat-like quickness out of the box. Couldn't get him.
Do you remember Danny Zuko in Greece?
I do.
That's what that swing reminded me of by A.J. Callaway. That was the Danny Zuko look when he tries out for the baseball team. And I'm sorry, A.J., that's not a compliment. We need to work on that a little bit.
Could be.
But good hustle, good speed down the line.
Well, strike one up for the Thunderbirds. Final man in the batting order here for the visiting American League is Brian Kilmeade from Fox and Friends. Right there to Ozzie Smith. Race to play at second.
No panic.
Nope. Ozzie had 2, got 3, and off we go. Doc and Darryl Strawberry. These are the guys that led that team in 1986 to the World Championship. who was better than that guy in '85? Not just '85, but, you know, 50 years and before that.
Living in California, all my buddies were still huge Doc Gooden and Darryl Strawberry fans. They had taken the sport by gangbusters there in the middle of the 80s.
1986 world champs clinched there at Shea Stadium.
Darryl, we scored that one to hit the bullet you hit over first base. Is that the right call?
No, that's an error there. You know, I usually get the ball up, but you know, I'm a little bit older now and just can't get the leg up there like I used to.
Doc, you're the second greatest pitcher in the history of the Mets, and they got you at third base and right field. What is that all about?
I think they're just trying to keep my bat in the lineup and keep me going that way.
All right, go get them, boys.
John Franco rifles a shot into right field for a base hit. Even up as Jenny Finch comes in and tries to put him ahead. Big Hurt still in there pitching.
Oh, and Ricky still styling.
Ricky Henderson is there to snatch that ball.
He even styled on his pop out in the first inning. You know, had the little pull of the jersey and the snatch. The patented, look at the Ricky Henderson snatch right here.
Is he going to get to it? Yes, sir.
Yeah. And the tap. Ricky being Ricky.
And now, here for this bat, Doc Gooden.
Ooh. Doc got a little thunder coming through that strike zone. Doc looked good, doesn't he?
What is it? You see it in straight back means you're on it. You just missed it a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah, he's all over that one.
Yeah, he does. He looks fit.
He looks very fit. Oh no. Oh no.
Oh boy, tough play. Not sure who was supposed to go after and get that. I know who didn't. Off the glove of Craig Carton. It's a base knock, and we got 2 on for the National League.
Well, and he's been getting booed left and right, and those boos continued as we had no communication between short and second base. Come on, guys, we got to communicate. We got to talk.
And we had no sympathy from his other half.
No.
Boomer and Carton. Boomer was just sitting there looking at him. Well, good for him. So now George Lopez. George right there. Snagged by Denton. Although he didn't, again, not quite the flare that we see on left field.
Notice Mr. Lopez with number 66, Dodger fan. Could that be in honor of Yasiel Puig?
It could be. He has a Mets fan, a Mets hat, but yeah, he is a Dodger fan, and yeah, I have no doubt that is Puig. And Felipe Arasso pops out. So 3 outs we got, 2 innings in the book, 4 apiece. American League, National League, tied up here playing softball.
The little rascal is finally asleep.
Good job.
Thank you. So it's Friday night. You wanna do something?
Like what?
We could watch a movie, or you could just text message your friends for the rest of the night.
I'm not texting.
What are you doing?
Just figuring out our Friday night. I'll go get the popcorn.
Thank you. I love you.
Control your TV and get personalized show recommendations with Watch On the Samsung Galaxy S4.
Marie Callender's knows the perfect breakfast sandwich starts with a golden cheddar biscuit that's light and fluffy. Finally, her new sausage, egg, and cheese breakfast sandwich. It toasts warm and flaky right in the microwave. Never rock hard or soggy. Marie Callender's. It's time to savor.
Sky Vodka. Passion for perfection.
Or to re-record your personal greeting, press 2.
Hey, this is the Freak. I'm not on my desk right now. No. Hey, this is the Franchise. Franchise? That's arrogant. Hey, this is the Freaky Franchise here. Big time Timmy Jim's office here. No one calls me that. Hi, this is Tim Lincecum. If you leave your name, number, and a short message, I'll be sure to get...
Hey, big time Timmy Jim, what's up?
If you're unhappy with your greeting,
we play for our city, for our family, our nation, to believe in the sacrifice, to be a part of history, to walk off with no regrets. final say. We play for October.
Whenever you're ready.
And they ran them up. Don't forget America, that's how you made. Come through with the gay mask on, spray everything like Sambo. I won't scratch the Lambo. What's it gonna take me to go for you to see? I'm the modern day Pablo, Picasso, baby.
Doc. Doc. Goose.
Our technology builds some of the best tires in the world because when it comes to performance, we don't just play around.
Cheater, we said no 360s.
Buy a set of 4 select Yokohama tires now through July 7th and get a $60 Visa prepaid card during the summer Joyride promotion. See participating Yokohama dealers for details.
Taco Bell All-Star Legends and Celebrity Softball Game on ESPN, brought to you by Taco Bell. Sometimes you gotta live Moss. We have celebrities who would be ball players as well who would be celebrities or actors, the history of them on the silver screen. Boston and Milwaukee Braves, great. Warren Spahn, I'm not sure I've ever seen combat, might be out on DVD. Don Drysdale, of course, all the sports heroes had to get on the Brady Bunch. Wade Boggs found himself a little bar up there in Boston to play on Cheers. Keith Hernandez was great.
One of my all-time favorite shows and a great episode with
Big
Pete.
Mac, Mad About You. Nick Swisher, who married an actress, so he's got an in.
Yeah, he's got that actor thing going on about him.
And then Derek Jeter in the other guys. And we welcome in George Lopez. And George, first we want to know, 66, we were all excited about Puig, but you're not wearing a Dodgers cap. What's going on?
Well, you know, I got a favor, you know, growing up the way I did, I always hate being booed. I mean, so I gave in to Doc and Straw and went with a New York hat.
I notice you're looking lovingly and longingly at the home run that Ricky Henderson just hit. How far did that go?
Unbelievable. It almost went to the warning track of the baseball field.
But, George, did you notice the home run trot? That's what you got to take notice of with Ricky.
Yeah, you know, most of us are just, Fred Lynn was on second base going, I don't care where they hit it, I'm not leaving.
The thing I really want to know is, what are you doing in this game? I thought you were a golfer.
Well, I know, you know, it's an my golf game is not in a great place. Swinging a softball bat is not going to make it better.
I mean, in golf, at least the ball sits there, right? Isn't that what Trevino used to say?
Yeah, baby.
Kevin James at third.
Nice catch.
Hey,
grabbed it.
Hey, in golf, you know, the ball is the only thing not moving.
Hey, George, can you tell your third baseman that he's got to be there to take it around the horn? He can't go styling after the catch.
There it is. Whiz! Way to go, baby.
George, I feel bad. So far, you're the only guy not to make a stellar play in the field. But if I get this right, Kevin at third, Ozzie at short. It's coming to you. Look alive.
That's my dream. Listen, you know, everybody asks you to dream foursome. I think my dream infield is right here. Kevin and Ozzie and the Hawk.
Look, Frank Thomas he hit away from you.
You don't want any.
He wanted no part of that. The American League gone in their half of the inning. George Lopez, thanks, man. Appreciate it.
Big inning coming up.
Tonight, as we enjoy the performances of some of baseball's biggest stars, we stand united in the fight against cancer with our partners Stand Up to Cancer. We ask you to please join Commissioner Bud Selig, Major League Baseball, MasterCard, ESPN, and the entire baseball family in joining the fight against cancer. Please go to standuptocancer.org to find out how you can help today. We hope you're enjoying our presentation of the Taco Bell All-Star Legends and Celebrity Softball Game.
Mr. Carton just redeemed himself with a nice play at shortstop, playing to the crowd.
We did chase one down. Frank Thomas is offering, taken high for a ball. Notice we've switched our scoring there. We have given the air now after what happened to Darryl Strawberry, I guess, if he says so. Go. You think he's going to go for two? Look at the big fella.
Oh.
That's hustle right there.
Speed kills, John. And this is a rocket down the left field line, and Kevin James showing off the tremendous athleticism, going headlong into second base. I will not be stopped, and violates a ground rule here at Citi Field.
Yeah, the groundskeeper was very clear on this point. No sliding. Okay, this thing has to look pristine. This infield, this outfield, this grass on Tuesday night when the All-Star game comes, and we don't need divots. And that might have left just a bit of an indentation.
That is a lot of man rolling into second base there. Robinson Cano, the other second baseman, might have some issues there if a ball tracks over there.
Might get a funny hop on that one now. Mike Piazza. Good height. And Ricky under it. Snaps that one away. Now notice Doug Efron. Here I am. I'm calling him the King of Queens. Kevin James didn't tag and go on that one. Didn't test Ricky's arm.
Yeah, I think he about expend himself, extending himself to second base with that head first slide, and he's digging himself right now. He's feeling it. Like, yeah.
Darryl Strawberry up. Looks at one wide. That's over. Now that's over. That's over at Gary
James.
Valentine, who is Kevin James's brother. He just stranded his own brother out there at second base. Look at that. Gives him some trouble. 5-4 American League. We're through 3.
So I told my team at Taco Bell I want to make a double steak quesadilla. I said, give me some real pepper jack cheese and give me double the marinated steak, or else why bother? I told them that you will love it, so will you, and all of you. They did seem a little nervous. Probably because I doubled the steak.
The new Taco Bell Cantina Double Steak Quesadilla, loaded with double the marinated steak and real pepper jack cheese. Double the steak, double the gourmet.
No way.
Is it really?
They just found out they were secretly tasting Sam Adams Boston Lager.
It's got a good color. It's very smooth. I like that. Damn good beer. This is Sam Adams Boston Lager. I'm impressed. It's tasty. This is the best day ever.
A man pioneers a way to see the unseen, leading to radar, forever providing early warnings and safer journeys. The conviction to create a safer journey is the Mazda way. The Mazda 6 uses radar, lasers, and sensors to detect objects and even apply the brakes for you. Introducing the modern sports sedan, the Mazda 6. What do you drive?
Jackie Robinson, a black man in white baseball. You don't belong here. I'm not going anywhere.
42. Own the Blu-ray Combo Pack Tuesday.
At the Boys and Girls Clubs of America, lessons in life and in sports occur daily.
Right through there.
Even from Baseball Hall of Famers who were former club kids.
Mr. Robinson, can I be a Hall of Famer?
Hall of Famers are not born. They're made. With hard work and dedication, anything is possible. It's important to always dream big. Right here at the Boys and Girls Clubs, great futures start here.
Major League Baseball invites you to make Sunday extra special by going out to the ballpark. Go to MLB.com/Sunday to find special ticket offers. You can also go to MLBFanCave.com. Pledge your NL or AL allegiance. And don't miss the action of the 2013 All-Star Game Tuesday, July 16th. Fred Lynn flies out here for the first out in the 4th inning, and we go down to Timmy K. Timmy's got Ricky. What do you have?
Ricky, you brought the snatch catch out again. What was that for?
Oh, you know, just trying some of the tricks and stuff. See, I still have it in me like that. But the snatch trick was such a fun thing for me when I was playing ball, so I just brought it out today.
And you hit a tremendous home run and took the big wide turn. You brought that back also.
Yeah, they were asking for it. They wanted me to hit a home run to show my little style, my pick and stuff. So I finally got into one and ran over there and gave him a high five.
Thank you, Ricky. Back to you, John.
Got to give the people what they want.
Got to give it to them. Remember, he electrified some Met fans at Shea Stadium there for a couple years. And, of course, the Yankees. Got his A's hat on, though, where...
Well, now, Ricky he did play a better part of, well, everywhere in the majors.
Yeah.
to be honest. Ashante fouls that one away.
And usually when you play 30 years in the big leagues, usually, you know, you get to play everywhere.
Yeah, you see a lot of the country. Ashante, you got to run. There you go. There you go. Okay, I bragged that she was quite a sports fan.
A little disheartened by the lack of distance on that hit. She forgot to run.
That's always the hard part. Oh, wait, the running.
Yep.
Raleigh Fingers now. Going to get a swing here. The 1981 AL MVP, Cy Young Award winner. Although another ace hat. That was when he was with the Milwaukee Brewers. Thank you. Singles there through the left side.
Kevin James is definitely in the flow of this game. This ball is rocketed off the bat of Raleigh Fingers, but just look at Kevin James. Look at the little athlete over there laying out. Can't quite get there, but showing off a little bit.
Cord Overstreet again. Another base hit for him. So we got 2 aboard. Yeah, I'm not sure everyone else is matching the intensity of Kevin James.
No. He forgot to run with 2 outs in the last inning, but I think he was still so excited over that headfirst slide for the double that we'll give him a pass.
James Denton homered in this game in his first time up. Denton again. This time the ballpark will hold it. Boomer Esiason hauls it in. Mike Piazza behind the plate as he was for so many great games for the New York Mets. Take a look at Mike Piazza's Mets career.
And there you saw that both of those home runs, a straightaway center field with tremendous power, blocking my brother off a home plate there. Blocking another one, just a grinder and the greatest hitting catcher in history.
It's almost enough to make you forget his career as a Marlin. Tim Kirchen.
Mike, you told me before the game you were looking for something up in the strike zone, and you hit a ball down in your shoes way out of here. Explain.
Yeah, how about it? It's just like instincts take over, and you just start hacking. But we're having a lot of fun. It's great. Crowd is awesome, and this is a blast. It's great to be back in New York.
In between innings, Jenny Finch is throwing hard to you. Is that fun, catching somebody throwing that hard again?
Oh, yeah. No, it's true. And you get out. It's funny. It's kind of like going in cold water. You slowly get in, and then once we get out there, you just start putting the accelerator on. So, no, it's fun. And yeah, she's a great athlete. It's obviously a different plane, but it's fun to catch some gas again.
Thank you, Mike. Back to you, John.
So it's 5-4 American League as we go to the bottom of the 4th, and leading it off for the National League Hall of Famer Andre Dawson. Takes that one up and in. I know you're wondering about this. We're going to play 6, okay? In the event of a tie after 6, we have a home run hitting contest.
Oh, really?
Yeah, each team will pick a celebrity and a legend, and they'll each get 5 swings. Frank Thomas has been sort of wild here, but smartly so, right? I mean, strategically wild.
Yeah, I think a little wild in the zone, keeping the hitters off balance. He knows what he's doing. There's a reason the Big Hurt said, hey, I've been working on this. I'll pitch today. Let's hold the National League down a little bit.
And he's not the first guy to walk Andre Dawson.
You know what? Not a bad strategy. Start pitching around some guys, manipulate the lineup a little bit, get the guys you want up, and maybe you get a double play out of some things.
Well, I'm not sure you want to pitch around to get to Josh Wegge again. Operation Enduring Freedom. It's been really a special treat the last couple of years with the Wounded Warrior ball players in here to see them play, see how wonderful they actually play and have survived and excelled, and then the fan reception they get. And if you can hit a home run on top of that, bully for you.
And from what we've seen, maybe the best athlete out here. We saw him moving around great in left field, now showing off the power. Andre Dawson, the Hawk, scoring in front of him. Awesome.
2-run shot for Josh Wegge to give the National League the lead back at 6-5. And you see the reception from his teammates and a standing ovation from the crowd. Appreciate what he's done. And Ricky Henderson.
Just watching it fly.
You can admire it. Can't catch them all. Boomer Esiason next to hit.
All right, Boomer. Look, time to redeem yourself here.
Fingers has got problems down there at first again, and he's kicked away the glove, although I'm not sure it's done him any good on his hand here the first couple innings.
Yeah, I don't know if Raleigh's stretched either before the game. He's going to have to start getting a little bit lower. Come on, Raleigh. Hall of Famer.
In his defense, not really his place.
Are we giving that a hit?
I'm giving everything a hit. I don't have time to sort this out.
Okay.
So Fingers some trouble there at first base. John Franco. See if he has any trouble with the pitching offered up by Frank Thomas. No, sir.
Very similar to his first hit. Nice line drive to right field.
So 2 aboard for the National League as they got a 6-5 lead. Bring up Jenny Finch. Oh, by the way, did I mention she ran a triathlon here in New York this morning?
Jeez.
I mean, do I need this many overachievers in my life?
Really?
I did that so that in case she popped up, we wouldn't go, well, look at that, it's a pop-up. I mean, she's put a lot of work in already today.
Yeah, I had breakfast this morning.
One trip to the buffet, or did you go back?
I went back.
Greg Carton with that catch, one we got.
I didn't do a triathlon, I'll tell you that.
Doc Gooden. All right, now was Doc swinging from the other side earlier? Does he switch hit?
No, he's righty.
I think he batted left-handed up here the first time.
Well, we'll have to go to the tape, but I think you're wrong, John.
Could be.
You are right.
I like to think of that as observant, not right. And then Doc with a healthy cut goes the other way. And Denton with the basket catch right in the old tool belt.
I think we got double play. Boomer Esiason lost track of the outs.
He did, and so Boomer, which, by the way, I'm not sure you're just allowed to cut back that way nonetheless. So the National League retakes the lead at the end of 4, 6-5. Could have been more, but Boomer ran him out of the inning.
Getting together to do some good. Priceless. Spend $10 or more with your MasterCard when you dine out, and MasterCard will donate up to $4 million to Stand Up to Cancer, one precious cent at a time.
With Athlete's Foot, I just wanted to hide my feet. Now, not so much. I got Lotrimin Ultra. Lotrimin Ultra penetrates to soothe symptoms while it cures at its core. Prescription strength Lotrimin Ultra. Put your best foot forward.
Out here, we're big fans of summer and even bigger fans of beer. So we brewed Leinenkugel's Summer Shandy. It's crisp, refreshing beer brewed with the natural flavor of lemonade that's pretty much everything you love about summer in a bottle. We're the Leinenkugels from Chippewa Falls. For 6 generations, our family's been brewing lots of great beers. But this one says summer. So grab a summer shandy and join us out here.
Guys like things foolproof. For getting rid of gray, there's Just for Men Auto Stop. Traditional hair color can overcolor. Auto Stop preserves hair's subtle variations. Just comb in. It's foolproof. Just for Men Auto Stop.
I was turned in Djibouti, Africa, 2004.
Vietnam in 1972.
Fort Benning, Georgia in 1999.
USAA Auto Insurance is often handed down from generation to generation because it offers a superior level of protection and because USAA's commitment to serve military members, veterans, and their families is without equal. Begin your legacy. Get an auto insurance quote. USAA. We know what it means to serve.
Doc? Doc? Goose!
Our technology builds some of the best tires in the world because when it comes to performance, we don't just play around.
Cheater, we said no 360s.
Buy a set of 4 select Yokohama tires now through July 7th and get a $60 Visa prepaid card during the summer Joyride promotion. See participating Yokohama dealers for details.
Visa.com is the web's most trusted penny auction source, with discounts you have to see to believe. There are hundreds of brand name, brand new products every day. These are a few items that have recently been won for under $100. And because the price only moves up 1 penny at a time, you get incredible discounts like 85, 95, even 99% off retail. Shop smart, Save more. Have fun at Beezid.com. That's BEEZID.com. Beezid.
Homeowner Protection Services can help save your home. We specialize in foreclosure assistance, and that's all we do. If you're behind on your mortgage payments, being threatened with foreclosure, have been denied a loan modification, or been the victim of a predatory loan, it's critical that you call Homeowner Protection Services now. Homeowner Protection Services has a network of attorneys, and our agents are available to speak to you now. New laws are in effect that may save your home. So call Homeowner Protection Services now.
Here in the 5th. Mallory Hagan, Miss America.
We're not going to talk this time, right?
It's got to be a cool Twitter account, right? At Miss America. You know, the real Miss America. She grounds out to Jenny Finch. So quickly 2 away here in the 5th.
Showing improvement.
Yep.
Yeah.
You know what I like there? She ran.
Yes, she did.
You know,
yeah.
Get the Ashanti disease where she just sort of stood there, looked at it.
And I'll bring on Danny Zuko. Ooh.
AJ Callaway, Yankee ball cap. That's a good way to get yourself some cat calls here at Citi Field. Zuko again. I'll be honest, I think that would be cool in my life to say Ozzie Smith threw me out on a ground ball.
Good job, man.
You know what I'm saying? 6'5", National League. ESPN's yearly award show, the ESPYs, is back. Relive the amazing moments and championships and honor the unbelievable achievements by the athletes as voted by you, the fans. That's Wednesday, 9 o'clock on ESPN. It's also live on Watch ESPN. John Hamm's presence sorely missed as George Lopez is ready to lead off the home half of the 5th here for the National League. They lead 6-5.
And finally, we got Raleigh Fingers into the game. Maybe he just feels more comfortable coming in as the great reliever.
Sure.
He's got to come in late in the ball game.
You have to put people in position to succeed. And promptly gives up the base hit to Lopez. But again, a lot of times, right, you can play it by the book. You have sound strategy. Doesn't mean it always works.
Exactly. And now the patented mustache out there from Raleigh Fingers.
And he'll face Felipe Arasso. Now, he was the guy who raised the most money in the All-Star Game 5K out here on Sunday morning around Citi Field. And so he was rewarded with a place and rewarded with a double. And look at him. First off, he doubles, drives in George Lopez, takes the extra base, charges it, and I don't know how we're going to score that other than that's 1 point orange. I'm not sure how to get around that.
Well, since we're allowing balls to go under gloves, we're going to call that an inside the Parker, John.
I'm down with that.
Some all-out hustle. Ashanti wasn't ready quite to receive this throw, but to her credit, she gets after it. Bernie Williams, you see, shifting into home plate. They make it a close. Look at Ashanti. Nice, accurate throw, but Arasso just too excited.
His man George didn't help him out.
No, George, move it along.
You got to get out of there.
Move it along.
Yeah, we need. Who was the fellow that rescued Dusty Baker's kid?
Oh, that's JT Snow.
We needed him to pull him out of there.
Calling JT Snow.
So it's 8-5 is Ozzie Smith. They turn the order over, and Ozzie, tell you what, that had pulled hamstring written all over it. Both sides. Fingers having to get down to it, Ozzie trying to beat it out.
Although Raleigh's still showing a little athletic ability there after the bobble, the nice little easy shuffle to first base.
Yep. So that would be scored 1-3, although not terribly clean. It still counts. And now Kevin James back again, and he is, I mean, clearly right now, I think he's in line for your MVP award. That's a full swing. He just hit it the wrong guy.
I think he's disappointed. I think he thought he was going deep there. Was feeling real good about his double. Was starting to find himself a little under it.
So now Mike Piazza will try to do what Kevin James can't. And I guess in a baseball diamond, that'd be about everything. right there at Craig Carton. Can't handle that one.
And here come the Boo Birds again for Mr. Carton. It seems like bad play, good play, bad play, maybe a good play now for Carton.
I mean, it's all right to let one in if you're going to drive in 2, but when it's even up or less, yeah, you don't want that.
And I'm going to give that one an E6, John.
All right, I'll give you that one. Third air charge to the American League. Darryl Strawberry at the wall, hauled in by Freddie Lynn. And this time the National League actually does have 3 outs, so they are erased and we're ready. Last at bat coming for the American League. They trail by 3.
At Taco Bell, we grill marinated steak, slice it thick, then double the steak and add real pepper jack cheese. Double the steak, double the gourmet. The new Cantina Double Steak Quesadilla, only at Taco Bell.
You'll probably never bat in the 9th inning of Game 7. Or have to make a shot with 20,000 fans screaming at you. Or choreograph an original touchdown dance. But you do have a sport, and every weekend is your chance to take the field. Lowe's, never stop improving.
Now Steve's looking pretty good so far.
Now hold on, Brent. What's this?
Nice car.
Yeah, there's no doubt. That's definitely going to throw him off.
She's seen it too. Oh, this could be trouble.
Oh, man.
Gotta think fast, Herbie. Backpedal, backpedal.
Oh, he's down in flames. And now the ice-cold shoulder.
One last play. Nope, game over.
GPS, take him to the doghouse.
Make a powerful first impression. The all-new Nissan Sentra.
How does an HTC One smartphone rate with our blue shirt? We asked Stephanie to beta test one.
It's got some really cool new features, like Blink Feed, where I can see everything I care about on one screen. HTC Zoe is pretty amazing. My favorite part is taking a bunch of photos and video and combining them into one image. Check it out. The sound on this thing, booming. This is bad news for my old phone.
Beta tested, blue shirt approved. Get your HTC One on Sprint now for $99.99. And save even more when you trade in any working phone. Only at Best Buy.
Taco Bell All-Star Legends and Celebrities Softball Game on ESPN, brought to you by Taco Bell. Sometimes you gotta live Moss.
Mr. Met is very famous here in New York City.
Mr. Met is the right size head for my body.
Mr. Met is hilarious.
I like the Yankees, though.
Mr. Met is sexy.
Mr. Met is a disturbed individual.
Mr. Met is amazing.
Mr. Met is totally awesome.
I mean, who's more popular than Mr. Met? Who's more enduring with this franchise than Mr. Met?
I got Mr. Met is awesome. Step right up and meet the Mets.
I'll give you this. You spent some time there in the Cincinnati.
Yep.
How about the Reds mascot with the big head? Because he's got a mustache. That'd be like a fair fight, wouldn't it?
Yeah, he's a little better than Mr. Met, but Mr. Met's good.
So the American League, 3 outs and down 3.
All right.
See what they can work with.
I want to see one more home run from Ricky Henderson, just so I can see the trot one more time. Get up!
That is a seed, but pulled it foul.
Yeah, he knew it. He knew it. You know, if he gets it again, he's going to go into the pulling on the jersey, the big wide turn.
Can you style when you're down 3 runs?
Ricky?
All right.
Ricky.
I guess you can, sure.
Oh.
Ricky.
Oh.
Ozzie. Lopez. Double play.
George Lopez there, showing some second base skills with the pivot, John Anderson.
2 we got. George undersold himself, but he deserves to be in that infield as much as Ozzie Smith, Kevin James.
Yes. A little bit of a low throw there, handles it flawlessly. Nice going, George.
Yeah. So the last hope here for the American League, Craig Carton, just to extend the inning and extend the game. Is he calling his shot or is he testing the wind? What's he doing then?
I'm afraid he's calling his shot.
I don't think that's going to happen.
Oh!
A shot is right. to James. Carton hustles down the line to beat that out. But boy, I tell you what, he keep it in front of you.
You know what? He deadened the ball right there. Carton was not going to make the last out. He was flying down the line. Kevin James, though, almost flashing the leather.
So Bernie Williams up next. Frank Thomas on deck. So, and if you can get him on here, you got a chance with Hurt to tie the ball game. That was me injecting drama, by the way.
Although, you know, at some point you feel like Jenny Finch might dial up that speed ball.
Pop straight back, and Piazza grabs it for the final out. Mike Piazza, as Jenny Finch, the complete game. She goes the route in an 8-5 win by the National League.
That's makeup for the 2000 World Series. Piazza gets his revenge on Bernie Williams.
So you have that as even now.
Even,
all
even.
The family business is settled.
Settled.
I may question that, and we'll see if we can get an answer from Bernie and Piazza if that is true. But the MVP of this game, as we suggested earlier, indeed, both for his statistical work, but also his hustle, his enthusiasm, his energy, Kevin James, who's with Tim Kirchin.
MVP Kevin James. Kevin, first, you've been a TV star, you're a movie star, you're one of the funniest men on the face of the earth. Where does winning MVP here rank in your career achievement?
This tops it all, but Josh is the true MVP today, and it was just awesome to come out here with my heroes and play alongside them.
Kevin, what was it like as a Mets fan to play with Mike Piazza, Strawberry, Doc, John Franco? What was that like?
Yeah, it's kind of a crazy, surreal dream I'm having right now, and you're turning into a drag, and it's all very weird. It's all odd stuff. Franco's got 3 heads. It's amazing. I'll wake up soon, but I'm loving it.
Last question. Everyone wants to know. Explain that amazing head-first slide.
You know, when you got wheels like myself, you got to utilize the gifts God gave you, and that's what I wanted to do. So, Sienna, Shay, love you. Cannon, love you too.
Kevin, thanks so much.
All right, Aaron Boone, it appears to me that indeed Kevin James was a ringer.
He seems to always steal the show. We saw his diving head first. We saw some power. But Josh Wege, the Wounded Warrior, tremendous diving play in the outfield and the home run. Fun time today.
Great play by him. Great play all around by him. And Kevin James. Let that be a lesson to you, kids. You don't always need to button up the shirt. Final score, National League over the AL, 8-5. Up next on ESPN at SportsCenter. For Aaron Boone, Tim Kirchin, all our legends and our celebrities. I'm John Anderson, saying so long from New York City.
This is SportsCenter.
All eyes on the Home Run Derby. Who ran off with the crown? Plus, we go inside this year's All-Star lineups. More bad news for the reigning Heisman Trophy winner. Is all the pressure just too much for Johnny Manziel? Plus, Metta World Peace taking his talent to New York City. How close are the Knicks to a title now? On SportsCenter.
Back, way back, up towards the sky.
Hey, we're glad you can make it at SportsCenter from Los Angeles along with Linda Cohn. Woohoo! I'm Stan Verrett. Baseball's All-Star festivities always begin with a bang. Actually, dozens of them at the annual Home Run Derby.
You're not kidding. It's the gift that keeps on giving, right? Our Baseball Tonight crew had great seats for the spectacle at New York City Field. Carl Ravitch anchors our coverage.
They brought the fences in a couple of years ago and made it more of a hitter-friendly park. Yoenis Cespedes wouldn't have cared if they moved the fences back with the power he displayed. He is your 2013 bat-flipping Chevrolet Home Run Derby champion. And he's the first ever who is not going to participate in the All-Star game to win the Derby. And we all understand that the way this all broke down was that Robinson Cano had somebody else in mind who said no, and that opened the door for Cespedes. And he came and he conquered. Barry and Kurt, how impressive was it?
Incredibly impressive. All he needed was an opportunity. You can really tell how competitive guys are. This is certainly an event for the fans. but guys want to go out there and win. And you could see in their swings, you could see in their body language, everything was about winning. Cespedes hit some absolute monster shots.
Hats off Bryce Harper. At that age, to be that poised, not named Cespedes today, that was one of the more impressive things to watch.
And his poor dad kept throwing beanballs at him, and Harper hung in there. But Cespedes had Mike Gallego throwing to him. And a couple of years ago, Gallego threw to Dan Uggla, said it was the most nerve-wracking thing he'd ever been through. Uggla didn't do too well. Gallego learned a lot, and he threw great. Citi Field and a glorious summer night where the baseballs were flying. You had Chris Davis here. You had Robinson Cano. He got booed for the second straight year because he's in New York. Wright got a huge ovation. And Prince Fielder was the pick of both Barry and Kurt. You guys picked him. What did you see from him that not to win?
Well, the first two swings that he took, he hit home runs, so I thought he was going to be poised for it. You know, he just got out of a groove, and I think it's not necessarily about the guy that can hit it the farthest. It's about the guy that is in the groove. Cespedes was in the groove. Prince didn't look like he was in such a groove.
And David was told, hey, just be patient, take your time, let it come to you, and I thought he did. The thing about Prince was his first two homers weren't homers. They were about 3,000 feet worth of homers, and then he just didn't get another good one at it.
Cespedes, who plays for the Oakland A's and doesn't have a ton of home runs coming into this event, blasted off in the first round. You saw moonshots. We saw line drives. One of them traveled 455 feet. That would be number 13 on the night. That's that one.
What we didn't see is any balls that he hit to right field. It was all center field, left field exclusive. He told Mike Gallego, I want the ball down and I want it in. That's not necessarily the sweet spot for a right-handed hitter. That's mostly a left-handed hitter, a guy that wants the ball down and in. But he knew what he wanted, and Gallego threw the ball down and in.
17 home runs. He all but assured himself of getting into the finals with a spray chart that looked like a fireworks show here on July 4th. Reds and yellows everywhere. All right, Chris Davis is back at it. Davis, we found out later, had a callus on his hand. He would eventually rip that thing open.
And I was as impressed by this as anything I saw tonight. His opposite field power. Understand something. This is all about raw power. There's no pitcher's velocity. This is all the hitter's swing and strength. And when you watch him, he hit some balls to left field as a left-handed hitter that outdistanced some of the right-handed home runs the right-handed guys were hitting. And then he did. He tore his callus.
8 home runs in the first round. Quick flashback to Harper. And you hear people say, well, when he was in high school, that was like 2 years ago. So he's 20. At 16, he hit a 502-foot shot off the back of the wall at Tropicana Field in a home run derby there. He got off to a big start here with his dad throwing him pitches. That one right over the center of the plate.
Well, this kid is incredibly impressive. And, Kurt, I think you talked about it, just his presence alone, just his demeanor, you know, his confidence. We know that it's high, but him going out there and being able to execute at the biggest level, the most highest level of playing baseball on this stage.
I was as impressed with the quaff as I was with anything. His hair stayed pretty consistent all 3 rounds, but it was special. It was special to watch, given how young he is. And I don't know what this feels like. I can only imagine standing out there with no cage. The swing was beautiful. He paced himself well. I thought until the end. I thought he pushed himself a little at the end, but that was something else to watch.
Yeah, his brother was there. They got the quaff on top. He's got the Raleigh finger stash working. All right, Dad, good job. Now let's go figure out how he can be better in the next round. David Wright, he hit last in the first round. He's going to hit cleanup in the game on Tuesday. He hit 4th in the Derby on Monday.
Well, you might as well have called these captains the ceremonial captains because they didn't really factor into it. But I tell you, both guys did a really good job in picking their teams, and it was a great show.
Chris Berman, of course, called this, and here's some of the way he described the action.
This one is just clubbed way back.
Wow.
That could be in Pelham.
Yeah.
Joining Nomar and yours truly. Go ahead, David.
Give it to me, Boomer. Back.
God!
Right.
Oh, my goodness. This one is headed to the scoreboard. Look out, trucks. Did it get the hood?
No, it just hit it. He hit it over the hood.
Watch this. Way back, up towards the sky. Gone. What a show by Cespedes.
What do you get a guy who's got everything? In the second round, you bring Yoenis Cespedes a new batting glove. All right, get him a little better grip on that bat, so he'll be okay. Chris Davis needs a glove, too. Davis missed the finals A little disappointing, but again, then we saw a little blister on his hand that got ripped open.
You know why he probably changed those batting gloves. He's just wearing a hole in that hand.
They all used new batting gloves. They had towels. They had Gatorades. Bryce Harper off the foul pole. This was one of those, we had a little Carlton Fisk body language here from Harper.
Well, one of the things I was struck by tonight, as well as you hear people talk about this as players, they kind of enjoy this, or it's not a big deal. These guys were competing.
Yeah.
They were in the cage between rounds competing. And that, to me, that's as fun as anything, to watch them when they weren't at the plate watching the other guys hit.
15 for Harper. The barometer was 17 in one round. This is Harper now in the second round trying to qualify for the finals. And he would as he goes yard to center for the clincher. So it's Bryce Harper and Yoenis Cespedes in the finals. And in the finals, the scores go back to zeros. Harper leads off. What was the number you think he needed to get to with Cespedes?
Probably in the high 50s with the way Cespedes. I mean, he needed 13, 14, 15, somewhere in there, I think, to have a shot. But after watching the way Cespedes cleaned it up at the end, I don't know what that number was.
I'm going to tell you what, I think hitting first is actually an advantage, at least in that last round. I thought Bryce Harper had as good a chance as any to win. But Cespedes just was so good, just consistently so good every single round.
The brush back there drew a laugh from both Ron and Bryce. And then Harper went yard again, his 7th into the first deck in right. So he's planting a seed here. 6, 7. Would he get to 8 and let Cespedes know at least what he's got to shoot for?
I'll tell you one of the other things, as a ball player whose father helped me get to the big leagues, watching his dad throw to him, I can't even imagine what that was like for Ron Harper to be out there.
Had to be unbelievable. We've seen it before, and in this case, Harper and his dad and the rest watches Yoenis Cespedes hit moonshots. And for somebody who's kind of new to this country and new to the majors, well, his tolerance for this type of event, he didn't appear like he was weakening ever.
No, not at all. Not at all. Not playing in the All-Star game, so I'm sure he's not thinking, well, I've got to save a little bit. But it was every single swing. And, you know, you look at it and you go, okay, is this guy just trying to hit home runs? Yeah, he's trying to elevate it, but it didn't look like he was swinging out of control. It didn't look like he was over swinging. Guys talk about his batting practice and talk about how far he hits the ball. I made a comment earlier that I thought he would hit one of the furthest home runs. Well, I think he's consistently hit the ball as far as anyone in this home run derby.
And if you're going to win it, that's a good way to win it.
That was unbelievable. That's the exclamation point on the day. That was as far a ball, and that I like that. That's awesome right there.
A bat flip appropriate at that point.
Yeah, that's the only time he would like the bat flip.
The 2013 Chevrolet Home Run Derby champion from Cuba, now a member of the Oakland A's, Yoenis Cespedes. And he destroyed the field. It really, after the first round, never felt like it was going to be a competition because he was so consistently good throughout. So Cespedes joins Fielder, who's won it twice in the last 5 years, Cano and Ortiz, and obviously the difference between Cespedes and the other 4, he's a right-hander. I mean, this has been lefty-dominated, but again, this ballpark shrank over the last couple of years. When they moved the fences in, it wouldn't matter for Cespedes. When Major League players will tell you his home runs and his batting practice is special, you got to believe it, and this was proof positive, who don't always see.
But Michael Kadires is impressive. Prince Fielders is impressive. Miguel Cabrera, Bryce Harper, everyone
yeah, but they do
is
say
impressive.
His is I mean,
they say his are prodigious. His shots are prodigious.
Right.
And, you know, when you hear that, you go, I'm really looking forward to see it. Well, we saw it tonight for sure.
Yeah, there was a McGuire-esque like feel to that. Like when you hear them talk about it, it's not, you don't want to go out and see him. The other team comes out of the clubhouse to watch his batting practice. Mark McGuire was the last guy I saw anybody do that.
And give the A's credit. Obviously, they discovered Cespedes, figured he'd be a good addition, and he certainly has been. He's your home run derby champion. All-Star game on Tuesday. All right, now it's time to focus on the guys who will be pitching. This isn't BP stuff. Matt Harvey is named the starter for the National League All-Star team. Both managers decide on Harvey and Scherzer and say each was a no-brainer. In spite of the fact there were guys with more wins than Matt, that was an easy selection for Bruce Bochy. Jim Leyland tabbed his own guy. Max Scherzer, 13-1, just lost in his last start. It was his first loss all season long. They're both facing filthy lineups for sure, but they certainly believe that they're capable of shutting them down. Let's go with Harvey. This is his home and what you think he's going to have to deal with. You spent some time with him earlier in the day.
I did, and it was enjoyable for me because I've had a man crush on the guy since April, and you guys have heard me talk about I think he's the best pitcher in the game. No affront to Clayton Kershaw because I think he's in the conversation too, but this is a special kid. And for me, it was about finding out what the makeup was. Does he have an ace's makeup? And we talked for a good while today, and I walked away saying, absolutely. If you're a Mets fan, he is made exactly how you want him to be made.
So what does he say to you that says that?
He's taking this game very seriously. In the sense that this is a place to develop a reputation. He wants to be. He talked about throwing up and in when guys take big swings. He talked about throwing up and in on guys when they look too comfortable. He talked like an ace talks,
right.
But he doesn't have the ace's innings, and I like that approach.
All right, so that's your thoughts on what you heard him say. Let's listen to what they both said earlier in the day.
I mean, it means so much, especially for being my first All-Star game. You know, to finally be in this position, and this is what you dream for, to be in this game, and to get the nod and get the ball over so many great pitchers. I mean, we go throughout the season, we see guys who absolutely deal, and for Skipper to give me the nod over those guys just means so much to me. So I'm really excited to pitch my first game.
Well, it's a huge honor. You know, I appreciate it. Boch picked me to start, and you know, it's obviously here in New York, so you know, the fans have been great here all year, and you know, hopefully make them proud and start the All-Star game. It's definitely a huge honor and something I'm very excited about.
Remember, Verlander came out last year and threw like 106 and said, look, guys aren't here to see me throw 97. They want 100. Yep. There's a good chance we're going to see both guys throw triple digits. The lineup that has to be faced by Harvey is as good as we've ever seen, I think.
Yeah, this lineup is the best lineup I've seen ever in the All-Star games that I've played and watched. And Chris Davis, Miguel Cabrera in the middle, you know, Joe Mauer hitting 8th in this lineup. You know, that just tells you how good these guys are. And it's the same in the National League as well.
When I said Trout, Cano, Cabrera at the Harvey, he smiled. He was excited about that.
And the National League, you got a couple of Reds there, and Phillips, and then Votto hitting 3rd. Beltran will go 2nd. And Carlos is just having a quiet, huge season for the Cardinals.
Yadier Molina hitting over 400 with runners in scoring position. And number 9, bringing up the caboose.
Well, we watched the 9-hitter in the National League lineup hit about 400 miles worth of fly balls tonight, and he's hitting 9th.
Good pitching tends to win in this one, and we have great pitchers. We also do hope that somebody like Davis is going to be able to play in the All-Star game, given what happened to his callus on his hand. So, again, congratulations to Yoenis Cespedes. We will not see him. He's not part of the All-Star game. He's leaving with some hardware, 4 new wheels, and a great amount of respect from everybody in Major League Baseball.
Hey, baseball fans, keep it right here. Coming up, the top 10 Major League All-Star Game moments. There are way more than 10, as you know, so this is going to be great. And the Knicks have found peace. Will they contend, though, for a title? And what Derrick Rose's absence has done for the Bulls, plus Johnny Football fallout.
It seems like every 3 or 4 weeks, Johnny Manziel does something that's just immature.
You can't take your eyes off the screen. None of it has to do with football. It's a train wreck.
He has to realize that he's Johnny Football.
SportsCenter, brought to you by Bud Light Music First. It's the sound of history being made. Here we go. State Farm. For auto, home, life, and banking, get to a better state. And Taco Bell. Sometimes you gotta live Moss.
You're a complicated, diverse creature. A fine mix of debonair and adrenaline. Battle scars and good jokes. With an exceptionally smooth taste, only 95 calories and 2.6 carbs, Michelob Ultra is the superior light beer. Perfect for every side of you.
The world's most craveable burrito with flaming hot Fritos chips, seasoned beef, and warm nacho cheese sauce is back. But not for long. It's Taco Bell's Beefy Crunch Burrito.
Gary Woodland goes long. Dick's Sporting Goods has the new Razor Fit Extreme driver from Callaway. With the lowest CG of any adjustable driver, now Gary can go even longer. How much longer? As long as he wants.
There's so much to like about this Buick LaCrosse. Sophisticated styling, fresh technology, and an EPA estimated 36 mpg highway. Like my mom said the day I was born, wow, that's a lot more than I expected. If you don't know the luxurious yet fuel-efficient LaCrosse, you don't know Buick.
Current non-GM lessees lease this Buick LaCrosse with 2 years of scheduled maintenance for around $239 per month. Consider it a new lease on luxury.
We are the RIPD, the greatest lawmen that ever lived and died.
When the afterlife comes after us, the RIPD is there to protect us.
I got this.
RIPD, rated PG-13.
The stunning death of a young TV star, Corey Monteith, his star girlfriend, heartbroken. Now, GMA gets you inside the investigation of his mysterious death. What we now know on ABC's Good Morning America, first thing in the morning.
What do you think's maybe the biggest change that you've had to make from that night in New York when you won the trophy?
Just aware that everybody is looking at me everywhere I go. My actions and my tweets, my pictures I put up, whatever it is, whatever I do, whether I get a speeding ticket just driving back from a vacation, everything that right now, maybe it's because I've done it to myself or what it is, but it's just everything is really blown up.
Johnny Manziel, the reigning Heisman Trophy winner and star quarterback of Texas A&M, a team considered a national championship contender this season. But it's what Manziel has been doing off the field that continues, well, to raise eyebrows. Manziel's latest miscue was leaving the Manning Passing Academy earlier than expected over the weekend. This after he missed or was late to practices. Manziel was serving as a counselor/coach. ESPN's Joe Schad has more on Manziel, including when he's scheduled to meet the media this Wednesday.
TC Football Media Day is always fascinating. Should be again on Wednesday. More than 1,200 credentialed media ready for Johnny Manziel, Heisman Trophy winner, the A&M quarterback. He's ready to answer questions about football. He knows he's going to get questions about the many off-the-field activities, including his recent early departure from the Manning camp. I'm told that Manziel is being advised to be honest about any and all details surrounding his departure. Now, Manziel's dad told the Dallas Morning News he suffered from dehydration. I'm told that Manziel was, quote, very upset on the long ride home from the Manning Academy, that his mom was driving. She was upset. She was crying. Manziel got on the phone, did apologize once again to Texas A&M staffers for the circumstances that led to his departure from the camp. The Manning Academy, we know that they say Manziel did miss and was late for some practice assignments. We do know that Johnny Manziel is 20 years old, and he has privately conceded, publicly conceded even, that he understands that he needs to continue the maturation process.
Let's take a look at Manziel's timeline. Since winning the Heisman Trophy, Manziel has been in the headlines several times beyond his early departure from the Manning camp. He shoved a graduate assistant during a practice in March and posted a negative tweet about Texas A&M in June. Monday, he pleaded guilty to a misdemeanor to close a case after he was involved in a fight last summer. Here's more reaction to the stir that Manziel is causing off the field.
I think the outlook nationally of him, I think, is a little bit different now. I think when he lifted the Heisman Trophy, I think it was overwhelmingly positive, the feelings about him. And I think with some of these little things that you see, you know, him hanging out or him being all over the place, some people don't necessarily view that in a positive manner. And I think you have seen the people change their perspective a little bit and maybe get a little bit of Johnny fatigue in a way. So I think once he gets on the field, I think you'll see that shift, especially if he continues to play at the level he did last year. But for right now, I think you have seen a shift in it.
I said a couple weeks ago that he was trending toward becoming a punchline. Yesterday, when the Manning news came out, and again, it was hard to figure out fact from fiction, he became a punchline. And I'm sad to say that because I voted for him for the Heisman, like many other people, and I want him to succeed because he's a generational player. We haven't seen many like this in the SEC, but he just can't stay out of trouble. I realize he's a 20-year-old, He's young. He's foolish, but he's also the Heisman Trophy winner. He has some responsibility, and I think he has made a mess out of that responsibility. And he's at a camp run by the Manning family, royalty in college and pro football. And what did he do? Well, I'm not exactly sure what he did, but he got sent home, and I don't think he got sent home because he had an upset stomach because of something he ate the night before.
When you consider that most franchises do say the quarterback is the face of the franchise, it matters. It matters because they want a guy who's going to be a pro, play like a pro, play at a high level. And, of course, his height is going to be an issue anyways. But if he's got a number of things, he's going to be thoroughly investigated, and it is going to hurt his draft stock. But he's young. They understand it. And, maybe he stays in school an extra year. But there's no question he's got to just straighten it out. He's a fun guy to be around. He really is. The kids liked him when he was out there. But it is going to impact his draft stock if he doesn't clean it up.
Interesting. From Johnny Football to Johnny Punchline. We will see. More from Johnny Manziel. SportsCenter is going to carry his news conference live from SEC Media Days in Hoover, Alabama, Wednesday, 10:10 a.m. Eastern Time. Now, before we know it, the first fall practice will be here. It's August 5th. The Aggies' first game is August 31st against Rice. And mark it down, the first SEC game is 2 weeks later against, you got it, Alabama.
He's not going to play hockey for the LA Kings or basketball in Shanghai, and he didn't really morph into a lizard or any of the other crazy ideas he threw around on his Twitter feed. Nope, Metta World Peace is going home to New York to play for the Knicks. His agent says it's been a dream since World Peace was growing up in Queens. He will get the $7.7 million he was scheduled to make with the Lakers. They use the amnesty clause to release him and clear cap space. And in true Queensbridge fashion, he was already taunting a rival. His first tweet after the news broke, "Where Brooklyn at?" Chris Broussard has more.
Getting Metta World Peace was a great move for the New York Knicks. You're talking about a team that's been financially strapped and limited in what it can do. Now it adds a very good defender, not what he used to be, but still a strong perimeter defender. And he brings toughness to a Knicks team that was too much finesse last season. So now he, along with Tyson Chandler, Iman Shumpert, maybe if they bring back Kenyon Martin, this is a team that has gotten tougher and stronger, not only defensively, but offensively. Don't forget what Metta brings. He can hit the three-pointer, can also play strong in the half court. So I think this is a move that gets the Knicks closer to the upper echelon of the Eastern Conference.
So here's a look at the Knicks' potential roster for next season. They'll return 4 starters and add Andre Borgnani at power forward. Linda, you feeling good about this?
Exciting.
Metta World Peace likely joins a bench that includes Pablo Prigioni, J.R. Smith, Myers Stoudemire, and the top draft choice Tim Hardaway Jr. Smith could be out 3 to 4 months. He had knee surgery Monday.
Still some issues on defense, though, to be honest. Great news, though, for fans of the Chicago Bulls. Derrick Rose says he's 100%. He's going to be ready for the season opener. Rose made his comments while barnstorming around Europe on an Adidas tour. Chris Broussard caught up with Rose's head coach, Tom Thibodeau.
He's been out for a long period of time, so there'll be a period of adjustment for him. But physically, he's great, and he's had a chance to really work on his shooting. His shot is very much improved, and I think that he's going to be more comfortable with a lot of other things in his game as well. He's a guy who studies the game hard. Every season he's come back and he's improved significantly in some area. So he's added a couple things to his game, and he's anxious to get started.
Well, it's been a while, Stan, as you know, since Derrick Rose played. So let's remind you and everybody else that's watching, what exactly has he accomplished? Rose was the #1 overall pick in 2008, went on to win Rookie of the Year that year. 2 years later, he became the youngest NBA MVP in history. And Rose is just one of 9 players to average 20 points and 6 assists in his first 4 seasons. Rose sat out all of last season after tearing his ACL in the 2012 playoffs.
Coming up, is Tiger Woods ready for that 15th major? We head to Infield to find out. Plus, more home run heroics.
Fans here ready for some long ball. Oh, my goodness. This one is headed to the scoreboard. This one is just clubbed way back up towards the sky.
The race to the chase begins at the Brickyard, Sunday, July 28th at noon on ESPN.
What's in your ear? Oh, a quarter.
Check for more.
Well, I guess I can double check. My watch.
It pays to double check with State Farm.
What kind of monster are you? The Wolverine.
The Wolverine, rated PG-13, in Real D 3D and large format theaters.
Everybody get up.
Traveling, you definitely end up meeting a lot more people, but a friend underwater is something completely different. I met a turtle friend today.
Whatever you're looking for, Expedia has more ways to help you find yours.
Rain and shine, the pick stay on my mind. Stash low on the beats, got an ounce of kind. BA, believe that I'ma go for mine. Till I'm mixed up, gotta get my cash up. Rain and shine.
The turbocharged Nissan Juke turns a drive into a ride.
Now get a $199 per month lease on a 2013 Nissan Juke.
Hey, Brian, what do you want?
I'll have a Red's Apple Ale.
Red's Apple Ale. Crisp like an apple, brewed like an ale.
Heroes Work Here has shown me how valuable my skills are as a veteran.
The Heroes Work Here initiative helped me transition what I did in the military to what I'd use in the civilian sector.
Heroes Work Here is a big win for companies and for veterans.
I used to take so much pride being a Marine, and now I take pride being a cast member here at the Disneyland Resort.
This is where dreams come true. To work for a company that makes a difference in people's lives, it's pretty cool.
Heroes Work Here. Employ excellence. Hire veterans.
I'm a totally different man. You could do one thing only, incline training is it.
It eliminated that fad. Just get up and walk.
You want to change your life, then you need to step up to the X9 from Nordic Track. What makes the X9 the best calorie burning machine on the planet? Incline. Going up, now you're burning twice the calories. You want more? Take it all the way to 40% incline for 5 times the calorie burn.
The X9 is one of the fastest ways ever to burn calories.
And all you have to do is walk.
Plus, the X9 comes with iFit, powered by Google Maps, so you can work out anywhere.
Burn fat jogging on the beaches of Fiji. Shed pounds hiking the Swiss Alps.
With iFit, the X9 automatically adjusts, so your workout follows the terrain.
You can most definitely shed calories and burn fat.
You can just walk the calories off.
Get this amazing machine for $0 down and free shipping, $150 value.
To order, call 1-800-383-4153 or go online today.
When salesman Steve Hatfield returns for a stay, he's treated like La King of La Quinta.
Welcome back, Steve.
Hey.
Hi, Steve.
Because we've got peppy people packing on the perks and pampering.
How's your room, Steve?
Love it. Good meeting, Steve.
It was sizzling.
So after his super successful business trip, you know what Steve does? He brings home the bacon.
Daddy's home. Hi, Dad.
La Quinta Inns and Suites take care of you so you can take care of business. Book your next successful stay at lq.com.
La Quinta.
Welcome back to SportsCenter Live from Los Angeles.
It was Yasiel Puig generating a lot of headlines down the stretch of the first half, and then his countryman takes over at the home run derby.
Yes, and Oakland A's shines at the home run derby. He owns it. Not bad for a guy who, guess what, isn't going to the All-Star game, or only as a spectator. He's not in it. It's Yoenis Cespedes, and he just owned the home run derby, hitting him early and often, 456 feet there. Finished with 32 home runs. 6 of the last 7 derby winners have come from the AL. Cespedes is with our Pedro Gomez.
For you to be in this country a little less than 2 years and to be standing here holding this trophy, representing the Home Run Derby Championship, what does that mean to you when you think that you were in Cuba just 2 years ago?
Bueno, para mí esto representa mucho. Gracias a las personas que tuvieron confianza en mí y me invitaron aquí al derby. le estoy muy agradecido, doy mil gracias, igual que a todas las personas que confiaron en mí, principalmente a mi familia que está aquí viéndome. Y creo que esto me motiva a seguir adelante para que las cosas me salgan mejor.
This trophy will motivate me so that things continue to go well for me, and I just want to thank the people that believed in me, that thought I could play at this level, and especially to my family who is here in the stadium. I want to thank all of them. Yoenis, felicidades.
He also told Pedro Gomez he could beat Yasiel Puig in a home run derby
Let's
contest.
get it on.
Just him and, each other one-on-one. Okay, Cespedes, I mentioned this earlier. He became the first player not in the All-Star game to win the home run derby. He's 32 total home runs. That's tied for third in a single derby. And he's the first right-handed hitter to win since Vlad Guerrero did it back in 2007.
SportsCenter right now is brought to you by La Quinta Inns and Suites. Wake up on the bright side. Book now at lq.com.
When it comes to golf history, Murfield is second only to St. Andrews. Murfield's hosted the Open Championship 15 times with a who's who of golf as its champions. Nick Faldo was one of those champions, and he'll begin what should be his final Open Championship on Thursday, which is also his 56th birthday. Faldo's win in 1987 started a run for him of 4 major championships in 13 events. And that's the kind of run Tiger Woods used to make. But Woods still hasn't won a major since 2008, a span of 16 events in which he's competed. He'll try again for that elusive 15th this week at Murfield. Tom Rinaldi's already there.
For the 16th time in its storied history, the Open Championship returns to Muirfield here in East Lothian, Scotland. A wet spring and a dry summer have created a course that is fast and fiery, and expect that to only grow more firm given the stiff winds and the sunshine which is forecast through the remainder of the week. One player familiar with solving those conditions, Tiger Woods, the betting favorite here in the United Kingdom. He won under similar conditions in 2006 at Hoy Lake, famously only hitting 1 driver in 72 holes. He was out on Monday getting his practice work in on the back 9 here at Muirfield after working on the front 9 on Sunday. Well, Ernie Els, the defending champion. You have to go all the way back to 1994, and Greg Norman. It's been that long since the defending champion has been the last winner at the links where the Open is being played. On Monday, Els was asked whether that success back in 2002 can serve him now.
Normally I have a very good memory, but there's a couple of shots that I don't want to think about, like the one on 13 and I pulled 5-iron on 18 in one of the playoff holes. I think it was the last playoff hole into the left bunker and getting it up and down there. But yeah, your memory serves you well. That's why experience, I feel, is a big part in playing these championships, is to know to where to miss it. Especially at links courses, there are certain places where you just cannot go.
If Els was a surprise winner a year ago, in a sense, he fits a trend. Why? In the last 20 majors contested over the last 5 years, there have been 18 different major winners. Here at the Open Championship in the last 4 years, each winner has been outside the top 30. Might that trend stop here? Here's a reason that it might. At Muirfield, every winner since World War II is a member of golf's Hall of Fame. In East Lothian, Scotland, at the Open Championship, Tom Rinaldi, ESPN.
The Open Championship for Murfield begins Thursday. Got to get up early on the East Coast, 4 a.m. Eastern time, or just stay up on the West Coast. That's what I'll be doing.
Oh, I'm sure you will. Eli Manning doesn't care where Jaws has him ranked on his NFL QB countdown. I mean, nothing against Jaws. Eli just doesn't care about those things, worrying about what others have said and will continue to say about him or his game has nothing to do with the end result, which, oh, by the way, is winning Super Bowls. The Giants franchise quarterback is one of just 5 players in NFL history to top 30,000 passing yards and 200 passing touchdowns within their first 9 seasons. But Eli is the only one of those 5 that have more than 1 Super Bowl championship. That's a fact. Now here's an opinion.
A year ago, coming off a Super Bowl victory, Eli Manning was my 5th rated quarterback. After a 2012 season in which he was not quite as consistent in some areas and other quarterbacks improved, I have dropped Manning to number 8. But there's no question he remains one of the top quarterbacks in the NFL, capable of big-time throws in critical situations.
2nd and 10 from the Giant 23. Manning back to throw. Steps up, deep ball down the middle of the field. He's got Cruz. 35, 30, 20, 10, 5. Touchdown Giants! And the Giants have the lead back.
We got the best quarterback in the league. It's never over. We know what Eli's capable of, so we aren't worried.
While Manning is not number 1 on my board, there's no question as he enters his 10th NFL season, he's a high-level quarterback with all the skills I look for. Manning plays the position the way it needs to be played to be successful. It starts from the pocket. I talked last year about Manning's improvement in progression reading. One area he doesn't get enough credit is the pre-snap phase of the game.
Manning out of the gun. Back to throw. Climbs the pocket. Goes it deep to the end zone for Cruz, who's got a touchdown Giants. Manning takes the signals. Manning throws it right. He's got Nicks to the 10, to the 5. Touchdown Giants.
Few are better at processing, isolating, and throwing to the right receiver. Manning has a great feel for recognizing pressure, setting the pass protection, and finding the single coverage. That's just what he did on this touchdown. He read Rondé Barber's blitz and the single high safety coverage. That left Hakeem Nicks one-on-one on the outside. Eli knew that even before the ball was snapped. He manipulated the deep safety with a calm helmet, looking right down the middle of the field. He trusted Nicks would win on the outside. It seems simple, but that's a veteran quarterback at the top of his game.
On the duel, they brought Mike, Sam, and Will. Brought all 3.
In this era of defensive innovation and evolving and challenging schemes, the ability to control the game at the line of scrimmage is a critical attribute. Manning is outstanding at that.
Eli to throw. Down the right sideline, looking for Nicks, who's got him for the touchdown.
Read the blitz, threw a great up-the-field shoulder throw there. Good touch by Eli Manning, and he was throwing that in the teeth of a blitz.
Manning has reached a point in his career where we no longer need to discuss his play on an annual basis. He's a steady, consistent, top-level NFL quarterback. He's smart, he's aware, and he can handle a high volume of offense. There are not many better quarterbacks than Eli Manning.
Plus, he's funny. Get a load of Eli Manning and brother Peyton Manning dressed as rappers for an upcoming DirecTV commercial.
How do we know they're rappers there?
I'm not sure. Maybe there's a reason why we don't hear them and we only see them.
New Orleans has produced a lot of great rappers, though.
Well, there you go. So they have a future.
Still ahead, we count down the top 10 moments in the history of baseball's All-Star Game. You can't miss that. But first, a history lesson in progress.
The great Earl Weaver had a sign over his office door that said, "No woman."
What I'm afraid of is that the impact on women in sports will diminish the joy of the sport.
On July 31st,
Whoa.
it's time to choose.
Eeny, meeny, miny, moron.
Yes! Are you nice?
You tell me.
No! I have been scarred for life. Or naughty?
Here comes trouble!
Smurfs! The Smurfs.
Two Smurfs.
I'm just smurfing with you. Excellent impression. Rated PG.
Hooah!
So I walked into that dealer's office. You know what I walked out with? A new Passat, 0% APR, 60 months, done and done. In that driveway is a German-engineered piece of awesome that I got for 0% APR.
Good one, Dad.
Thank you, Dalton.
It's the car you won't stop talking about, ever. Hurry into the Volkswagen Best Thing Ever event and get 0% APR for 60 months, now until July 31st. That's the power of German engineering.
The challenge will be fierce. The Open Championship returns to Muirfield, and only the strong will prevail. The Open Championship begins Thursday at 4 a.m. Eastern on ESPN.
Behind John Kruk is the Baseball Tonight crew, and behind them are the most candid insights in the game.
They're a team that nothing jumps out at you, but their weaknesses are just better than everyone else's.
It takes more than one man to bring you a day of baseball in 60 minutes. It takes a team. Baseball Tonight, every night on ESPN.
You wouldn't buy Universal Fit shoes for your feet? Why buy Universal Fit parts for your car? Go to rockauto.com. Parts from rockauto.com fit your car exactly. And they're easier to install because they have the same connectors and brackets as your car's original parts. And at Rock Auto, original equipment quality costs less than other stores charge for generics. Order online, delivered to your home or office. rockauto.com. All the parts your car will ever need.
Holy great Lord.
Hey, buddy.
Oh, hey, Flo.
You want to see something cool? Snapshot from Progressive.
My insurance company told me not to talk to people like you.
You always do what they tell you?
No.
Try it and see what your good driving can save you. You don't even have to switch. Unless you're scared.
I'm not scared. You know, we can still see you.
No, you can't.
Pretty sure we can.
Try Snapshot today. No pressure.
Introducing Lemon Wallet, the smarter wallet, made just for your smartphone. Why not turn that big, fat wallet that carries way too many cards into your day-to-day digital wallet, so you can access a digital copy of all your cards whenever you need them. Lemon Wallet is a mobile app that not only stores a digital copy of all your cards and receipts, it also organizes them. More importantly, Lemon Wallet provides an instant backup to everything in your wallet in case it's misplaced, lost, or stolen. And with backup security that safeguards even the most sensitive information, you can count on Lemon Wallet to go the extra mile for your safety and security. And Lemon Wallet is smarter, with interactive balance updates, fraud alerts, and shopping with your favorite apps or stores. Easier than ever. Best of all, Lemon Wallet is free. Go to lemon.com/TV or visit the App Store or Google Play and download Lemon Wallet today.
Summer barbecue is back at Burger King with the Memphis Barbecue Pulled Pork Sandwich. Delicious tender pulled pork with hickory smoked barbecue sauce. And right now, enjoy the Memphis Barbecue Pulled Pork Combo Meal with small fries and a drink for just $4.99. Burger King, where taste is king.
We're counting down the 50 best This Is SportsCenter commercials of all time.
Could you possibly switch chairs with me?
No.
What are you, a Russian spy or something?
With the best behind-the-scenes stories.
And then they said, all right, who's going to go oil up George?
And you get to decide which commercial is #1.
I can't get through the gate. The gate is narrow.
Go to SportsCenter's Facebook page to vote for your favorites. The results will be revealed on the This Is SportsCenter Top 50 Countdown Show, presented by Burger King on August 1st.
The Broncos suspended both of the team executives who are facing drunken driving charges. The team suspended Director of Player Personnel Matt Russell indefinitely and suspended Director of Pro Personnel Tom Heckard for a month. Neither will be paid while suspended. The Broncos decided on those penalties after consulting with the NFL, and the league told the Broncos it has no plans to impose any further discipline.
Women reporters, columnists, and analysts are prevalent in today's sports world, but that was not the case in a previous generation. In the new ESPN Films 9 for 9 documentary, Let Them Wear Towels, directors Ricky Stern and Annie Sundberg examine the obstacles that face women's sports journalists as they fought for equal access to the boys' club of the sports locker room. Through interviews with such pioneering women as Melissa Lutke, Claire Smith, Leslie Visser, and Christine Brennan, you're going to hear stories of inappropriate behavior, retaliation, angry lawsuits, and remarkable resolve.
My feeling is that women don't belong inside the locker rooms where the athletes are.
It's not a fair thing for our players. This is an area where they're dressing, and it's an area where we think they're entitled to some reasonable privacy. We don't think it's really fair to the rest of the press, and we also don't think it's fair to a lot of our fans who would have great reservations about this.
All change is hard, but especially the giving up of power. Nobody wants to give up power. If you got power, you want to keep it.
You can see the entire 9 for 9 presentation of Let Them Wear Towels when it premieres Tuesday night, 8 Eastern on ESPN. Coming up, a truly challenging top plays. How do you pick just 10 all-star moments? Plus, is John Hamm ready for his ESPN close-up?
Die-hard. I'm talking die-hard St. Louis Cardinal fan.
Yes, there's kind of no other way to be a Cardinal fan. If you're from St. Louis, it's kind of the second thing that is mentioned. First, they ask you where'd you go to high school, then they ask you about the Cardinals. That's how it works.
From Bucky Dent to Aaron Boone to the Bloody Sock, it's the Yankees and Red Sox, and they're about to take the stage. Sunday Night Baseball, Yankees-Red Sox at 8 on ESPN.
Eating lunch isn't exactly hard work. So why do you feel so tired afterward? Instead of refueled and focused, you're foggy and sluggish. It's that 2:30 feeling again. So how do you get your clear, alert feeling back? Have a coffee? Then another? Do this instead. Take one 5-hour energy. In minutes, foggy and sluggish is gone. Hello, clear and alert. 5-hour energy. Take it after lunch. Be clear and alert for hours.
The smartest people in the world know smart begins with better sleep, and better sleep begins with Comfortpedic, the better memory foam. From the really smart people at Beauty Rest.
Friday's new Jack Daniel's skewers are half rack of JD ribs. Now on Friday's Pick 2 for 10 menu. Something new or tried and true. And an appetizer, just $10.
Cheers to going all out, just to stay in. Smirnoff Ice. Cheers to us.
Look what she made me do. Something awful happened here, Ed.
Who's ever down there? I'm gonna lock you in now.
Oh,
The Conjuring, rated R, 8 p.m. Thursday, everywhere Friday.
A woman and her truck. A woman, her truck, and a 1,200-pound passenger. And 2 bodies with one mind. And a ribbon that goes on her wall, not in her hair. The all-new Chevy Silverado with the best available towing and a full-size pickup. Strong for all the roads ahead.
This is SportsCenter Live from Los Angeles.
John Hamm, the star of Mad Men.
Outstanding.
But I don't suppose there are many mad ladies around when he's around.
I don't get it. Well, we're all mad about John, as in Hamm, and he's with R. Stewart Scott, and I'm jealous.
9-time Emmy-nominated and Golden Globe award-winning actor John Hamm works perfectly. You were the first person we called, right?
I think.
Okay, let's go with that.
Sure.
And what his acting resume doesn't say is die-hard. I'm talking die-hard St. Louis Cardinal fan.
Yes, there's kind of no other way to be a Cardinal fan. I certainly have memories of going to Old Busch Stadium as a little kid with friends, skipping out on school or telling people we literally weren't going to go to school that day because there was a day game and we were going to go see the ball game, and it was kind of like, okay, well, we're going to tell you not to do that. Don't. But we know you're going to do it anyway.
Those of us who cheer for the National League from Chicago.
There's a team?
Thank you, John.
There's an inconsistency in the Cubs franchise that I think just represents, that's where you get into trouble.
Like a more than 100-year inconsistency?
Yeah, well, they've been around.
Wednesday night, the ESPYs, 9 p.m. Eastern on ESPN. Don Draper or John Hamm, which one of you two is going to host?
We'll see. We'll see. Stay tuned.
All right.
See, Linda, he's on Mad Men, but ladies aren't mad when he's around. You
Forget it. It was a poor attempt at humor by you. All I know is this. John Hamm is hosting. You know, the ESPYs are back. You know what it's about. It's about celebrating the year's greatest athletes, teams, and plays. Watch it. Hosted by John Hamm, Wednesday night Eastern on ESPN. Nice.
All right, let's roll SportsCenter's top plays. Top 10 most memorable All-Star game moments. Number 10 from 2001, Cal Ripken's final All-Star game. You know, he had moved to third base, but Alex Rodriguez tells him, move over to shortstop, where he started his career, and Ripken also hit a home run in the game. Great way to say goodbye to the Oriole legend.
Fabulous. Number 9, 1989, the All-Star game, Bo Jackson. No doubt, a monster home run. Bo went 2 for 4, 2 RBI. Bo knows MVP. He won the award in this game.
Number 8, 2002 All-Star game, Barry Bonds. That is well hit, but check out Torrey Hunter, who's also in this year's All-Star game. Makes the leaping catch to bring back the home run, and that was 11 years ago. Bonds goes out and lifts Hunter up after that. Game would end in a tie after 11 innings. We don't want to talk about that.
1970 All-Star game. Pete Rose looking to score. Look at that collision with Ray Fosse at the plate. Rose was called safe. Fosse ended up with a fractured shoulder.
Never really the same after that.
Yeah.
Number 6, 1933, the first Major League Baseball All-Star game. Don't ask us how we got the footage. We just have it like that. Babe Ruth at age 38, the first home run in All-Star game history.
It was in your private library. Oh, who could forget these shenanigans? Oh, Randy Johnson throwing a fastball over our friend John Kruk's head. Classic moment. Yes.
At least you didn't hit a bird there.
No, at least not. And I love saying shenanigans. Anytime I can say that word on SportsCenter. Thank you, John. We remember you for so many things, especially that.
Number 4 from 1971, Reggie Jackson. Mr. October, doing it in July. Over the roof and hit an electrical transformer. According to ESPN Home Run Tracker, that would have traveled 532 feet if it didn't hit the transformer.
Let's go back to 1934. Carl Hubble striking out 5 Hall of Famers in a row. Babe Ruth, Lou Gehrig, Jimmy Fox, Al Simmons, and Joe Cronin.
See, then you just drop your glove and walk off the mound at that point.
See, you know like you've been there before.
Number 2, Ted Williams All-Star moments. First in 1941, Williams with a 3-run home run with 2 outs to win the game for the American League. And then in 1999, Williams honored at the All-Star break.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the greatest hitter that ever lived. Number 9, Hall of Famer, baseball legend, Ted Williams.
Tony Gwynn, another pretty good hitter, shared that moment with him.
But stand number 1, 1955 All-Star game. Back to your private collection. Bottom 12, Stan the Man Musial. Walk-off home run.
The original Stan the Man.
There it is. Thank you.
Yeah.
Perfect, right? Game over. There's his team to mob him.
Coming up, more of baseball's All-Star game. It's been all about the National League of late. Will the American League step up this year?
Goodbye, home run! Get up, get out! Goodbye, grand slam home run!
You can choose to take your chances, or you can choose the Infinity JS.
don't have to do it by yourself. Everyone in the organization, offense, defense, special teams, we all got to play better. And that's the way we're going to approach it.
Phillip Rivers was 17 on Jaws' QB countdown, and yesterday, Jaws brought us to number 8 of the top 32 quarterbacks in the league when he put Eli Manning in that spot. With some of the league's best still to go, today, Jaws brings us to number 7, a 2004 draft mate of Eli and Rivers.
I have always placed a premium on winning in my evaluation of quarterbacks. Ben Roethlisberger has won 69% of his NFL starts, including the playoffs. Few would argue that he was not the decisive player in a large majority of those wins. Roethlisberger comes in at number 7 in my quarterback rankings.
There we go. We got one F, bunch open yak, toss 38 taxi on one. Like I said!
Roethlisberger is the most unconventional quarterback in the league. His ability to play outside of structure with what always seems like a random and arbitrary feel continually amazes me.
And as he does so well, probably unlike any other quarterback in this league, Ben Roethlisberger ducked people defensively that just defies description. He scampers forward. He waits. Now he comes back to the near side. He's running. And he throws it on the run back to the end zone. Touchdown.
Ben Roethlisberger is 10 foot tall and bulletproof. He can do no wrong right now. He's seeing the field. He's finding the open receivers. He's extending the play.
Pure Roethlisberger made that play happen.
You know, Billy, I'm not even sure what I just saw. I saw 2 pirouettes by Ben, 2 pump fakes, got about 3 people in the air.
He faked another throw, and he throws it to the same person he faked it to, and there goes Miller down the sideline. Miller gets into the end zone for the Pittsburgh Steelers touchdown.
Big man. Woo! That's something right there, baby. Big man.
You saw that on Wednesday? They said it's 7 doing what 7 does.
7 doing what 7 does.
What makes Roethlisberger so special is his ability to beat the defense even when the defense tactically wins. This completion to Jericho Cotchery on 3rd down was designed as a flat pass to back Jonathan Dwyer, but the defensive end took it away. That was the first win for the defense. The second came from the inside. Tackle Geno Atkins blew by the offensive guard and was immediately in Roethlisberger's face.
Ben avoids the sack, steps up in his pocket, and gets Cotchery downfield for, wow, big first down.
I love that about Roethlisberger, but I still believe he's an elite quarterback because he's equally capable of beating you from the pocket. Improvisation without pocket efficiency does not produce consistency in the NFL. That's just the way it is.
Way to pump it.
I would best describe Roethlisberger as more of a finesse passer who can drive the ball when it's absolutely necessary, as opposed to having a gun. But make no mistake, Roethlisberger can make every single throw.
Here's the snap, 5-man rush. Ben steps up. He's going to throw for the end zone. Mike Wallace goes there and catches it for the Pittsburgh Steelers touchdown.
It's hard to believe Roethlisberger is entering his 10th year in the NFL. Few possess his combination of physical attributes. It's why he's number 7 on my quarterback big board.
Well, it was certainly an offseason of change for Big Ben's team. Gone are explosive wideouts Mike Wallace to Miami and bruising back Rashard Mendenhall to Arizona, along with his backups Charlie Batch and Byron Leftwich, and a pair of veteran offensive linemen. Of note, though, Matt Spaeth was added at tight end, and running back Le'Veon Bell was drafted. Billy, Ben Roethlisberger with 3 Super Bowl appearances in 9 seasons, but no playoff appearance last year. He's lost Mike Wallace. And perhaps the biggest note, it's year 2 under offensive coordinator Todd Haley. What type of pressure are Big Ben and the Steelers facing this time around?
Yeah, they're definitely facing pressure as an organization. They're in kind of uncharted waters right now for the Steelers. A perennial playoff team. As you said, they missed last season. They certainly don't want to go 2 years in a row being out of the playoffs, but Roethlisberger definitely has some things going for him, even though he lost a lot of weapons on offense. I think they're counting on a couple of good rookies, running back Le'Veon Bell, as you said, and third-round pick out of Oregon State, Marcus Wheaton, is a big-time receiver. Now, that's a big loss with Mike Wallace. That's their home run threat, but they're kind of evolving, and Ben will be even more comfortable in Todd Haley's offense, which is really different than Bruce Arians' offense. So they've had another offseason together, working together. So I'm a big Ben fan. I think the guy is, just as Jaws was talking about, he's underrated as a quarterback that can escape and make plays. He does it in a different way. He's so big, he's really difficult to sack. So even though they lost some weapons, I think Pittsburgh, being who they are, I would never count them out.
And for me, the key is what you just mentioned, though, is for Ben and Haley to get on the same page, the offensive coordinator.
How many times did we ask that question last year?
Yes.
Are they on the same page? Is there friction? What's going on?
And that's the key. Ben is used to sitting back in the pocket, 7 steps drop, just looking downfield, making people miss throwing the football. Well, Haley is trying to keep him out of harm's way by letting him throw the ball sometimes a lot quicker. Rhythm throws, things that he can do. But I think sometimes his nature takes over. He wants to take the game over. But the key for me, though, is the offensive line's health. Getting them back to running the football. When I think about the Pittsburgh Steelers, I think about a powerful running attack. In the fourth quarter, we're up by 3 points because it's usually a close game. We're going to run the football, and you know we're going to run it, and you can't stop us. That's what Pittsburgh used to be for me.
Well, Brian, you referenced the changes, many of which were put into place to keep Roethlisberger healthy. They need him out on that field. But, Billy, perhaps you can speak to this. How difficult is it for quarterbacks to make adjustments in what they're used to and what their natural inclination is to do?
It's hard, especially during the heat of the moment in the game. I mean, you can practice that all you want, but once you're back there, especially at that position, your instincts take over, and you kind of usually revert to who you are. And in Ben's case, most of the time, it's pretty darn good, but it does put him in harm's way. It'll be real interesting to see where this organization goes. When you look at that division, Baltimore's a Super Bowl champ. Yep. Cincinnati is a young and ascending team. The arrow is screaming up. Pittsburgh is kind of question mark. Where are they going? Is the arrow up or down? We're going to find out this year.
Well, Roethlisberger is under contract for the next few years. Other top quarterbacks got paid in the offseason. In terms of guaranteed money, the richest of those deals, Tom Brady's $57 million guaranteed. All told, more than $250 million in guaranteed money in these 5 deals. Brady, Rodgers, and Flacco now have won Super Bowls. So if you look at Tony Romo and Matthew Stafford, which quarterback is under the most pressure, Brian, to earn their money after getting paid in the offseason?
Tony Romo. Did I hesitate?
No, you didn't.
Tony Romo. And it's simply put, when you have a quarterback that is hyped as the Dallas Cowboys are at times, you and the talent that he also has on his football team, you have to go out and earn your keep. Not only earn your keep, but you have to do a better job, especially in the big games. And that's where Tony has fallen short, in the big games, in the playoff games. He's only won 1 playoff game in his career. And so those are the type of questions that people are having. Can he get us past over the hump? He can get us to the games. He can do a lot of good things. And he is a good quarterback, but it's in those big games where he makes those key mistakes.
I mean, you would know. I think defenses, when you play against Romo, you almost come to expect, like, just let's hang in there. He's going to do something at the end, at crunch time. And I would agree, Romo, especially being Dallas and everything is magnified, but that's not to say Matthew Stafford now is not under any pressure. He's got to step up, and the contract that he signed, okay, that's one thing, but they've added Reggie Bush. They've added another explosive weapon for him, and the ironic thing, both quarterbacks that you mentioned, Wendy, there's a lot riding. There's coaches. There's a lot riding both head coaches on the success of.
Yeah, no kidding. When I asked the question, that's exactly what I was thinking. They got to play for the money, and they got to play for the head coach's money.
That's right.
If they don't see some success, both of those coaches are in jeopardy. Up next, from Cam Newton to Colin Kaepernick, the 2011 draft has produced 6 quarterbacks who could be starters this season. Who's under pressure to step up now? And Ed Werder will be back to give us the latest news and notes from around the league. Stick around as NFL Live rolls on.
I believe that successful meetings and ultimately successful collaborations are about people, first and foremost. In a global company like ours, when you can't have everybody in the same room with you, it's important to be able to see them, to be able to interact with them, along with the information that you're working on. Using GoToMeeting with HD Faces lets us easily have that meeting every day, no matter where any of us are. GoToMeeting is our answer. It's the easiest way for everybody to meet no matter where we live or work. It's what allows us to be successful.
Visit GoToMeeting.com today and try it free.
On July 31st,
Welcome to the party.
get ready for new Smurfs. Smooth,
Take it down a notch, my blues brothers.
new surprises,
Yes! Ha! Naughties, attack! Oh! Not each other!
and a whole new adventure.
Let's go!
Best ride ever! Dogger Bell screams like a girl!
The Smurfs.
2. Let's shut them down. I hate my life.
Rated PG in 3D and Realty 3D.
Everything is ruined.
It's okay. We're ready.
When the things that matter most are on the line, make sure we are too. The Fire and Water Cleanup Team at 1-800-SERVE-PRO. Like it never even happened.
Check it out. I got a 7.
Oh, good for you.
Pretty cool, right?
I got an 8.
2 years is too long to wait. Introducing Jump from T-Mobile. Upgrade when you want, not when you're told.
Hey, Cam, thanks a lot for coming to my school today.
No problem, Nate.
I promise to exercise and eat right.
Don't forget 60 minutes of play a day, right?
And I'll grow up to be big and strong like you.
Absolutely.
And play in the NFL.
Yes, sir.
And be drafted #1.
Maybe.
And become the starting quarterback of the Panthers.
Okay.
You can be my backup.
Excuse me?
And make Panthers fans forget about you. And become your mom's favorite player.
Whoa.
I'm just loosening my arm.
As a commissioner of 2 things, police and fantasy football, I'm always on the go. So I use the ESPN Fantasy Football app. It lets you manage your team from anywhere.
Cool.
Except prison.
Start your league at ESPN.com/fantasyfootball.
Women don't belong inside the locker rooms where the athletes are.
Here's where. Closed minds, closed doors. ESPN Films and ESPNW present a 9 for 9 film, Let Them Wear Towels. Tonight at 8 on ESPN.
Welcome back to NFL Live, presented by TireRack.com.
With camps opening around the league tomorrow, we're excited, and we hope you will be too, for a brand new show on ESPN at 3 o'clock Eastern every weekday. NFL Insiders. It debuts August 5th.